Okay, so practices of describing. Uh, there were some really cool movies in this category here. Uh, Baraka, man, what a cool movie. When you're talking about practices of describing, instead of having the narrative, or some kind of subtext, the entire movie was silent. So instead of a narrator telling you what's going on and having to take what's the narrator's telling you as fact. You get to just kind of watch things and think about it, and let the images speak for themselves, which was awesome. Uh, Not that I think that Margaret Mead is a terrible person, uh, not at all. Uh, but in her film "Bathing a Baby in Three Cultures," you really didn't get that. I mean, uh, and I don't know if really she meant to kind of turn these African mothers into rather subhuman people that like they didn't care about their babies. She filmed the African mother, you know, uh, bathing her child in the river, and she spoke. She described everything that was going on and what she was doing, and then she goes back to uh, America and describes uh, the same process but with an American baby. And of course it's not in a river; it's in a clean house with bath toys. And the child looks happy. Um, and they take their time doing it, uh, but it kind of leads you to the conclusion that well, the African mother must not care about her children as much. Uh, it seemed like in the video when Margaret was describing it, it was all business. The mother in Africa got to the water and it was like in and out. Just enough to just splash you and get you out. And here's a shell that you can teeth on. But there's a method for the madness here, and that's something that we're not getting. It's not that the mother didn't love her child as much. It's just that there's probably some scary things in that water that she doesn't want to expose her children to. Uh, but when you don't get that, uh, when she's not speaking for herself, when she's kind of getting her voice taken away by someone describing what's going on, that's where we run into these problems. And that's why practices of describing should be seriously considered when you're making these types of films. You want the people to speak for themselves ultimately, and that's the bottom line.